Yeah, so like I was talking about earlier, sometimes they'll do like they did this yesterday. They'll do like this it's like reverse photo bomb basically, where like they'll be taking a picture and like I'm in the background like behind the camera, or, like behind the person that they're taking a picture of, and it's like these people who were doing that. Yes, I think they were taking a picture. Like they were on the other side of a car in front of me. I think that's what they're doing. But like one day I saw that, or I've seen that like a bunch of times. And like there was one day where like I was walking up to my apartment door, and there was this guy like having his picture taken, and like the camera is like pointing like right at my apartment door. Like the guy is in between me and the camera, you know. Right as I go in the door. So like sometimes I'll be doing that. Like a lot of times they used to. Like I don't really see it anymore. Really, like sometimes I think, but like I used to see a bunch of people like with their cameras up, like or with their phones up, like they're recording me or like they're taking a picture, or like like these people at work always used to do it. Like they would just like be like standing over by me, like texting, and then they would just like point their phone at me, and then they'd just like be texting it. Like they take a picture of me or something, or they'll just like do it right as they walk by me or whatever. So, and then like, and then like I said, like one time there's people, there's been a bunch of times where it's like a family taking a picture. There's one time where I walked by behind a Christmas tree and there's people taking a picture, like as I walked behind the Christmas tree, and then I think they walked away seeing through whatever. And then like there's been like other times where like people walk up, they're like taking a family picture, and I'm like behind the camera or whatever. Or they're just like, or they're just doing it right in front of me or whatever, like not pointing the camera at me, they're just doing it right in front of me or whatever. I'm like, do people like look back at their family pictures or like, this is the one where we were stalking that guy. Remember that? That's when we traveled up from Texas and we stalked that guy and we drove back. I've seen a bunch of Florida license plates the other night on the video. They travel all the way from Florida to stalk me, I guess. Or they're just here on vacation and they stalk me while they're here or whatever. They stalk me as they're driving through here. Or they just moved here and they're stalking me or whatever. They're stalking whatever they're doing. Uh, and then that last video, the train horn was syncing up a bunch of times. And before that video, the train horn like started synced when I like started to get ready to go outside. The train horn started synced, and then like after I came outside, I didn't really hear it. I think until I started the video, and then I started hearing it again, and it was synced. It was really loud. And then I did that video on Instagram earlier, like before that, and the train horn was going off synced outside my apartment. Like before that video was going off synced a bunch of times. I did it a couple of times when I did that video. But yo, train horn sing multiple times tonight. And then the train drove out synced when I walked by Ravenwood in that video. And then the train crossing thing was like ding 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 ding. It's always turning on synced. I think it turned on right when I got across the street. And then the thing in the grocery store was beeping synced again when I went in the grocery store. And then when I came out, there was just a bunch of whiteys on the street, and a lot of whiteys, white SUVs. It was like a bunch of Agent Smith whiteys. It was like a bunch of carbon copy white SUVs, copy and pasted everywhere all over the street. At synced up moments. So who knows what's gonna happen next? Yo. I think I just heard some synced engine sound outside. Welcome to the Walking Up C Show. Walking Up C Show. Yo, I was interviewing Johnny Carson today. He needs to get me on his show and interview me one time. I interviewed him twice now. He needs to interview me now. Hit me up, Johnny Carson. Beats are trash. Got a lot of trash beats. Then I got a lot of good ones too. like shit, and I'm like, that's trash. This one's really good. think I heard sync engine sounds outside. These quiet synced engine sounds. I think it was the synced engine sounds. I don't know. Probably. Maybe it was just regular engine sounds. It was probably the synced engine sounds. And then after that first video that I did this morning, the very first video, like there was nothing happening on those first two videos I did this morning pretty much. Or like at the start of the second video. And like there's basically nothing happening up until like halfway through that video. But like after the first video, like right when I ended the video, there was a bird chirping. It was quiet, there was no cars anywhere or anything. And this bird just starts chirping, like flying like close to me, like over my head. So it's like anytime I go out like at night, especially if I go out at night, I'll hear birds chirping and dogs barking synced like every time that I go out at night, pretty much. Definitely dogs barking synced. And sometimes like I'll hear birds chirping in the middle of the night outside my apartment window. Synced. And then yesterday, it was like right when I pressed something on my phone or whatever, like right when I clicked something on my phone or like clicked out of something or whatever, like right when I did something, there was a sound or there was like a car crash nearby. It was like, I just hear like, and like, but then like I went over by there like a little bit after that, and I didn't, like they must have cleaned up the wreck. It must not have been a big wreck or whatever, but like I think it was synced though. It was right at that moment. And there was this other day where I saw these two whiteys that like when I walked up to an intersection, this whitey like rear-ended another whitey, but just like lightly tapped his bumper though. Because this is right when I walked up to the intersection. So I think it was another staged accident yesterday when that car sound that I heard. I didn't see what happened though. It was probably a red car crashing into a blue car or something. That shit was crazy this morning when we went to the scrapyard at work, and it was just like I already told this story on the video this morning, but I'm gonna tell it again because it was crazy. So we went in, and like right in front of me, they're unloading a truck, or they're pulling a truck off of a trailer with a crane, and there's another crane behind the other crane. It's lifting up some other junk at the same time as the other crane lifting the white truck off of the trailer. There's a green truck pulling the trailer, and the trailer's license plate says 33. And then there was a blue truck with a red trailer leaving, and we pulled in and parked. And then there was a red truck with a blue trailer pulling in when we were leaving. And it's like the same type of trailer. And then the one that was leaving when we parked had a 64 plate on the trailer or whatever. But it was like the same type of trailer. Like it's like a old car that they turned into a trailer. It was like the same style of trailer. And it was there was a blue car with a red trailer, and then there was a red car with a blue trailer or whatever. There was one when we were pulling up and one when we were leaving. It was the same type of trailer. It synced tardy as fuck. I need some spy glasses, cameras, so I can record shit at work. Because I can't just walk around with my phone out all the time. I gotta like use my hands to work. Send some of my Cash App so I can get some spyglass cameras. Then they probably won't do shit like that if I like if I have the camera on, they'll probably like they might not do that. You know what I mean? Like they might just I don't know. They might do something in the distance instead that only I see and the camera doesn't see. Or whatever. Or they might do it on camera. Who knows? Send some of my Cash App so I can get the spyglass cameras. I can record more stalker footage. Upload some bonus footage. Y'all can see the stocktard shit. So I don't have to go live and talk about it. You can see it for yourself instead. Send some of my Cash App. I want to record some more GoPro footage, but you can't zoom in with the GoPro though, so like, there's a lot of shit that like I like to zoom in on. You know, because they do distant shit and they do fast things and they do simultaneous fast distant things and shit, and they do like license plate numbers and shit. So I want to like zoom in on it with my camera. I could record some more GoPro stuff though. I need somebody else to like stand across the street and record me sitting there as synchronized things happen around me. And like you can probably tell it is synchronized from across the street too. So I just want to see what that perspective looks like, because it probably looks synchronized over there too. Like it looks like there's people synchronized around me from over there too. So I need like Vice documentaries or something. Somebody to come. They did a gang stalking documentary on Vice. They should do another one. I'll go on it. I think they tried to make it look like it's like schizophrenia though, from what I remember. I don't know if I ever watched the whole thing, but it's really quiet right now. I don't hear anything. Sometimes it's quiet. I mean, my refrigerator is on right now, and it turned on sync probably. But it's quiet though. Oh yeah, and then the church bell this morning on the video was synchronizing. The clock church bell was synchronizing again on the video this morning. It's always synchronizing. Like as I walk up to intersections, it's always synchronized, and it's like always like if I'm sitting there, it's always synchronizing the traffic and shit. But it's always synchronizing as I walk up to intersections though. Like the clock church bell. So like I think it started at the bank corner or something, and then it like started the clock countdown when I got to the intersection right at that moment. It was like ding, 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 ding. Like it starts doing that at the bank corner, and then it starts the clock countdown when I get to the intersection. It's always doing that. Like it's not the first time or the last time. It's like every time. It's always doing that. Like anytime I hear a church bell, it's always synced, pretty much. From what I can tell, probably every time. So I don't know. I guess I control the time with my footsteps. I guess if I didn't walk around, it would still be 5 a.m. right now. And then, like, when I go to other towns, the church bells are synchronized too. And sometimes it'll just be a bell ringing just like one time or ringing randomly or whatever. And then sometimes it'll just be a bell like turning on, like starting like a song or whatever. But, like the clock one is always synchronizing. It's just crazy to me how the clock one is always synchronizing. Like there's multiple videos of that where you can hear it synchronizing. I should maybe like document more of that shit and like make shorts out of all the church bells and shit and like document it and put it in a playlist or whatever. But like, I don't know. There's somewhere out there on live streams. That one was this morning. So it's happened multiple times on video. So this is always happening. The sports announcer guy was synced up again the other night at the football field. I can hear him in my apartment synced up. He didn't say touchdown that time, but like he synced up the, I don't remember what he said or whatever, but I think I only heard him like a couple times though, so that was weird. I don't know what the fuck they be doing. I hear engine sounds as I walk up to this window. I don't see any stock tards when I look out the blinds yet. I see a truck driving out. Is he stock tarded? I think he's stock tarded with this white car right now, and then there's other stock tards coming. I think it's another white car. Is it white? Wait, do I see lightning? Am I gonna see synced lightning out here? Do I see lightning? So lately, I've seen a lot of people scratching their heads synced, like more than usual, I think. It's like, I don't know. I think I've just been seeing it more than usual. I see it a lot, all the time, but like, I think they've been doing it more even. So, I don't know, like the past few days or whatever. And then, what else was I gonna say? Something else has been happening the past few days I forgot to talk about, but I don't remember now. There's a lot of things going on that are synced. Oh yeah, people are just always tapping on the walls. Like there's been a lot of that lately. It's like always happening now. I always hear it. I always hear that. Like I always lay down in bed and I'll hear that or whatever. Or whatever synced up moment. So I'm hearing a lot of that lately. But right now it's quiet. But like right before I started this live stream, there was like these like subtle engine sounds outside. They just do all types of stupid shit. It's just like stupid. It's just like there they go again. Fucking dumb. Oh yeah, and then there's this guy. Like I think it was this guy out in the hallway that like I've been seeing like come over here and like he like walks with like a walking stick. He's like I think he just like comes here and visits or whatever. But like he just like walks really slow with like this walking stick, and he's always meeting me sing. Like I always see him on the sidewalk and shit too, outside. But like, uh, I think I heard him out there today, like walking. Like I heard like this sound out in the hallway. It sounded like a stick hitting the ground. So I think it was him. And he's walking around synced and like walking really slow up the hallway. And he just always walks really slow. Like he's like you never know with these people. Like, is he actually like? Does he actually need the walking stick? Can he actually walk or not? Or what? Like, is he an actor? He's just acting? Or is he actually walk that slow and shit? Or what? There's a door opening synced right now. But like, he walked up like to the edge of the hallway one day when I was walking in to the apartment building. And he's just like he's just like there, like in the edge, in like the doorway of the hallway, like walking up to it slowly. And then he's just like in the doorway, like as I'm walking up to the doorway, and just like completely in my way, and just like shuffling. He's like, with his walking stick. Oh, sorry. And then the other day, this guy just like backs up right into me. Like that's another thing that they'll do is just like, especially like at a job, like my coworkers, or like when I worked at Domino's, my coworkers would always be doing this. But they'll just like back up, like they'll just like have their back to me, and like as I walk behind them, they're backing up, just backing into me. And they're like, "Oh, sorry." So I saw a guy do that the other day. What else? Like I said, like every time I'm inside a building, I'm seeing sink bugs pretty much. Like every time I go inside a building, I see a sink bug, a sink fly, or a sink gnat, or whatever. And they're getting all the sinks out before winter kills them off. They can't sink anymore until next summer. You see Whitey truck and other stalkers synced with the Whitey truck as he took off the side of the street. So yeah, it was a lot of whiteys on that last video, and then it was a lot of whiteys like after the video, after I turned the camera off. I was seeing a bunch of whiteys still. And then what else happened after I turned the camera off? I don't know. just a bunch of whiteys. That's all I remember. It was just a bunch of whiteys like the whole way home, and other stalkers too, but mostly whiteys. The other day, I was just standing outside my apartment, and I recorded it, but I'm not gonna upload it until later, until I move out of this apartment. But this cop pulled up. It was it wasn't a cop car, but he pulled up and he had a badge and he had a walkie-talkie and shit. He walked up and walked in my apartment building, and then he walks back out later and synced up, walked in and out, synced up, pulled up, synced up, pulled off, synced up. So, I don't know what he did in the apartment building. Maybe he went into my apartment. Maybe he just went inside and he talked to his stalker and told him what to do for the day, what stalker maneuvers to do for the day or whatever. Or whatever. I don't know what he did in there. He walked in and out synced. I think they've stolen things from my apartment before. And who knows, if they come in and, eat my food or something. Or, what? Who knows what they do in here? Except them. I don't know. And then if I try to set up a camera to record it, I was watching Real Gang Stalking's channel, and he's talking about he set up a camera in his house, and he gets home and the camera is turned off and the video is deleted, and they were coming into his house and changing the game setting on his game, or changing the playing his game while he's gone, and so he sees the what is it, the stats of his character have changed. He sees that all that the numbers have changed and stuff. And it's a subtle thing that that they do for him to notice, to let him know that they've been there. But he'd set up a camera to try to record it, and then they just deleted the video. And then if I get a Ring camera, they can probably hack into it and make it look like there's nobody there when they walk in. Or whatever. especially with like AI videos now. So so if I try to record it, it's probably not gonna work. Or they're just gonna wait until the day that I'm not recording. If I just set up a camera, I'm just gonna not do anything. But then the day that I don't set the camera up, they're gonna walk in. So I don't know how often they walk in or whatever, but they definitely be walking in. Walking up to. So like I'll find like holes in my clothes or like this cord is just like this one day. And not like that. It's worn out more than it used to be, but it was just broke. It was just worn out one day. And like it wasn't like that when I left for work, I think. And then I come home and it looks like that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. And like I don't know about the holes in my clothes either, but like I just feel like they do things like that. Though. Then like I said, the one time, like this is how I know that they come in here because the one time when my shoe was outside my apartment door. I've never taken my shoes off outside my apartment door before. My shoe was just sitting outside of my apartment door in the hallway one day. A long time ago. Like 2 years ago or whatever. When I first started noticing the gang stalking or whatever. But like, yeah, like I was just looking for my shoe. I was like, where's my other shoe at? It was like morning, like I just woke up or whatever. I was going outside. I'm like, where the fuck's my other shoe at? Then I look at the door. The door's unlocked. I always lock the door. Because, like it doesn't close all the way if I don't lock the deadbolt. So I always lock it every time I come in the door. Every time. Right? It's unlocked. So I'm like, the door's unlocked. Maybe my shoe is outside the door. Like I just had that thought. Because I'm like, the door's unlocked. Did they take my shoe and put it outside the door? So I open the door, and my shoe is literally sitting outside the door. I'm like, what the fuck? So ever since then, I put a broom handle, I put a broom up against my door. So if someone opens the door, a broom handle falls and makes a sound. But like that was in the morning, like I said. So like I don't know if they came in and did that when I was asleep or what. They did that shit though. So that's how I know. And then like I think they've stolen things out of you that was just missing. It's like little things. But still though. And then like they were probably doing shit to my car when I had a car. Cause I kept having like uh I don't know, man. First thing part. Like before the shoe thing, like were they coming in here when I was asleep? Or what? Like what the fuck? This is weird. I think I heard the AC thing outside my apartment turn on sync when I walked through the doorway. So when I look out my window now, I don't see anything yet, but I see a white car driving out now. And then he synced with two other cars driving out from different corners. And then they're synced with other cars. And starting a sync chain reaction of syncs. So that only took 5 seconds. So it's quiet right now. So that's cool, at least. And then, like, thinking back, I used to always hear these weird sounds, like when like back before I realized I was being gang stalked or whatever. I would always hear these sounds, like, because my mattress is just on the floor, and I think it was coming from below my apartment. And I would just hear these, like, voices making these weird sounds. And, like, I think it was a sync thing when I come back. Because it would just always be, like, right when I would, like, lay down or go to bed, I would hear that. And then, like, I think I've told this story before, but, like, when I was in Colorado, I just, like, looking back, I think it was a sync thing. But, like, I worked at Goodwill, and we just got a bunch of shit when I worked there. And so, like, I got, like, all these, like, action figures and shit there. Just, like, got a bunch of different ones, and then I just, like, took them around, and I just, like, would, like, leave them around the city or whatever. So, like, I put this Batman or whatever, I think it's Batman, just, like, hung it up on the pole, like a wooden pole, like, just stuck his arm, like, in the crack in the wood on the pole, so he's, like, hanging from it, and he's just, like, you know, just hanging on the side of it like Batman. And then, like, I walk by there, I think it was, like, a few days later after that, I just left that there, and then I walked by there, like, a few days later, and then, or maybe the next day or something, I don't remember. I think it was a few days later, though. And I walked by there, and it's still there. It's still sitting on the pole. And then, like, as I'm walking up to it, there's this kid walking in front of me on the sidewalk, and he just, like, grabs it off of the pole, and he just, like, looks at it, and then he, like, walks away, like, takes it. And it's, like, right in front of me. He's, like, right up ahead of me on the sidewalk doing that. It's, like, right as I'm, like, walking up to it. So looking back, I think that was the same thing. That was in, like, like 3 or 4 years before I realized I was being gang stalked or whatever. Or like 4 or 5 years or whatever. So, like, I think it's been going on for a long time. I just didn't see it, or I just didn't catch on. I just thought that that was, like, a spiritual synchronizer. Like, I thought it was, like, divine timing or whatever. It was, like, you know what I mean? But looking back, I think it was a synchronizer. It was a synchronizer child. Looking back, I think a lot of people were synchronizing around me, and I didn't realize that they were synchronizing. Just be like sitting here looking back through life, and I'm like, were they synchronizing? Probably synchronizing. But how long have they been synchronizing? I have no idea. Have they been synchronizing my entire life, or have they been synchronizing since 9/11, or have they been synchronizing since 2012, or have they been synchronizing since, like, did the world end in 2012 and then everybody turned into a synchronizer? Or like what? When did everybody start synchronizing? I just want to know. When did they start synchronizing? And what? And how? And what? It's a lot of questions, no answers. A lot of synchronizers, though. A lot of synchronizers. A lot of gaslighting, saying that they're not synchronizers when they are synchronizers. And that's it. And that's about all I know. Just a lot of synchronizers and a lot of gaslighting, saying they're not synchronizers when they are synchronizers, and no questions answered and synchronizers.